So chapter 2 coming right around the corner. I built myself a plane and I've built myself a tank to prepare for this update. One of you guys suggested down in the comments that I should build a plane, which I have never built before. And I thought that would be a pretty fun and interesting challenge, so we're gonna try it. I've got like 2,000 hours in this game and I've never built a plane. This is future Notme here. I just want to say that I'm sorry that this video is in 720p. That I've been recording in this quality for the entire thing. But this video was too amazing to scrap, so I hope you enjoy nonetheless. So now though, let's get building as a plane. I think I'm gonna go with a light aircraft. That's what Google calls it. It looks like this, for those wondering. We're gonna try and make this. It's not gonna go well, is it? I think I'm gonna use wood. Wood seems to be, you know, lightweight, and then we can use concrete to weigh it out if it gets a little bit, you know, imbalanced. We will need some bearings and wheels. I think we'll start off with the wheels. That's what I started off with the helicopter. So if we just put a bearing there, the controller here for now, connect that up to that, make this like a 430 degrees, flip it. Yeah, okay, we can work with this. These are our wheels, and they will just fold out, and then we can, yeah, okay, cool. Okay, here we go. We've got it on both sides now. We just need to hook these up to a controller. It's nice building in creative, knowing I don't have to spend like tons of component kits. Yo, chill! What's it doing? I haven't powered any of the wheels. I think we will just build out of here. Yep, that seems alright. Okay, I think I've gone something I've like. I mean, it is completely made out of wood and got no paint, but I think for the general shape, I am realizing how much bigger it is than the helicopter. It's about the entire nose is about the entire size of the helicopter. Maybe it needs some more on the top. Make the wings a little bit thicker like this. I don't know how long these should be. Maybe just like 32 like that. Because this is... What is this? Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm going off of the reference image. Do these have weight? They do. These would look, I think, pretty nice rounded. Even though I like the blocky look. Maybe there is like that. Pipes? Oh, they do got a decent amount of weight. I think we'll just come back to it. What we need to do is actually make the bit that leads up to the tail. Expand this out. And I don't know how far we'd need this to go. It would be cool if this sort of gets thinner as it gets longer. We are going to need this because in my reference image there is actually going to be a passenger part. That doesn't look too bad, to be honest. I dread to think how this is going to fly. We've got a long strip right here, perfect for us to get some speed, but once we hit the edge right over there, I don't know how. That's going to go, that's going to go great, I can imagine. Yeah, I like that. That's a little something, so I'm just going to expand this, and this will lead up to the tail. I really hope in chapter 2, right? I really hope that you're able to copy builds over using the lift from creative. You can copy your creative builds over. Imagine how cool that would be, right? So that would mean that whatever we build here in creative, this plane that we're building right now, in theory, we would be able to build it in survival in chapter 2. So if this actually works, we can actually use it in the update when it comes out. But that's only if Axolot adds the ability to do that. Like that feature alone would make the update. So let me know down in the comments down below if you would also really like to see that. Okay, it's hard to like distinguish certain features because it's all made out of wood. So I think we'll go over, you know, add some netting, add some detailing bits, change up some blocks here and there. But right now we do just need the general shape. How do I do the tail for that? Oh, I used do we have that in creative? Surely, right? I used the narrow warehouse ramps. That is a pain to get in survival, let me tell you that. I remember I had to climb many a warehouse just to get like 6 of them. They are not survival friendly. We have draggable wedges, no? Wedge, yeah. Are we getting these in survival? Yeah. Perfect, that's what I want. Oh, we are getting these in survival. They are making wedge pieces available in survival. These wedge pieces. You're gonna need like the wedge cutter or something. I don't know what it's called though. Also, if you can hear something in the background, that's my fan. It is boiling hot here in the UK. Apologies, I forgot to mention that. Almost perfect. I just need to do a few more tweaks. Yeah, okay. This is yo, you know what? When I started this, I was expecting it to be an absolute failure. I'm gonna keep it a stack. But this has actually turned out much better than I thought. And these wedge pieces, oh my goodness, that adds a lot. Okay, I might go over the whole build real quick. Give me a moment and just add these wedge pieces because they look nice. Okay, you know what? These wedge pieces are insane. Look at the difference. I've put them literally everywhere I can. You can see underneath. I've put them literally everywhere. Mainly on the front, you can see the most of the difference, and on the wings as well. They blend in actually really nicely. I've never used these wedge pieces before. I know they're not like, they're new. I've still got bits and bobs here to do like the top of the plane right here. But for the most part, I have got them all in. How does that look? Yeah, look at the difference on that. I've also added this like, I think it's like it's supposed to be a oh, it is a propeller. I don't know. I didn't know what it was. And then we'll just power this with like an engine because, of course, this isn't how planes fly in this game. If you can tell by these massive thrusters on the end of this of the helicopter. Okay, it's not bad. We've got a light here as well, which is, of course, doing absolutely nothing because it's behind the propeller. But I'm gonna stick with it. The planes have doors. Oh, this is a door. How do I want this to work? If we do this, actually, that's not bad, right? And then we do the same on the other side. Bish, bash, bosh, bish. Nope. Put a plank of wood there. So we got the window. So it pretty much looks how it was. Let's use this controller again for the doors. So if we just put a switch, and now I'm going to go old school here. Put the switch in the block. It might be a better way to do that now, but that's how I remember it. This needs some logic action. Logic. Boom. First time touching a logic gate in this video. Here we go. Okay, so I want both of these switches to power the same controller, which isn't possible, so we're gonna need to run it through a logic gate. Okay, yeah, that's how it looks when it opens. Nice. So if we just delete this now, hook the logic gate up to that. On an AND gate, you need both of them to be turned on, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Only if one of them are active. Turn that on. Opens both of them. What about if I do that? I think I want to go XOR, right? I probably don't, but I'm going to. There we go. We've got a door that opens and closes from either side. Nice. Lovely jubbly. We can get in and shut it like that. Perfect. Tell you what we do need is a little wheel at the front, and we are somehow going to need to make this like the heaviest part because I think it's supposed to be flat. Do they park up like this? No, right? I think when they're parked, they look like this, yes? Yeah, they do. That feels realistic. Oh dear. Okay, this is going to be tricky. No, it's not. It's actually going to be really easy. Watch this. So we want a wheel down the middle, but of course we can't have a wheel down the middle unless if we do something like this, right? Like that. But this particular reference image has it looking like this, right? So we're gonna need a double bearing this. Easy peasy. Is it the same height as no. It would be sick to make it so I can like lift up the landing gear. That's a bit unnecessary, but I'm adding it. Oh, we also need some bearings on these. Oopsies. If I press this switch, we don't need it for a logic gate because it's just one switch. Yeah, I mean, we don't need it to be too fast, right? Because it's just aesthetic. Ooh, how big No! What blocks can I fill up? I can fill up these blocks. Nice! Come on, it's folding up. It's folding up. I don't know if it would actually fold up in real life. It doesn't look like a wheel that would do that. But I mean, the option is there, right? Yeah, it doesn't feel like it would do that IRL now that I'm thinking about it. But you know what? It's cool now. Also, just realized how weird these wheels look. We need to fix these wheels. That bearing is the wheel. Okay, we're building it like this, I guess. My brain can't rotate this in my mind. Built it the wrong way round. I think we need to take some creative liberties with this. Also, they aren't centered with these poles, I've realized. How would you fix that? I think I've got an idea on how you fix that. You literally just put it... Hold on. Let me just cook on these wheels for a second. These are a little bit tricky. Yo! I think I've actually cooked something up here. Look at this. Okay, so I've made it so that this is just normal. I haven't changed this, but we've got... How do I show you? We've got the wheel is actually connected to this thing. I don't know what this is called. And then that's connected to this. Although you can see the bearing, it was the only way I could get it so that the wheel is actually centered with the pipe so it looks normal. But like, the final result is cool. That's what that matters. Do you know what I mean? Oh, This is an awesome shot of it. I think we've got to add some, like, wings on here, right? Like, those type of... Yeah. Oh, we might need to make this move. This whole wing right here. We might need to make that move. Let's do that now. Hold up. I think it would move on this angle, right? Right here. If we just remove those connection points, grab our hams right here. Bam! And grab our weld tool. Wait. Yeah, okay, there you go, there you go. You can see that they're both individual parts, and I think, let's actually get a seat in. I think it's a 3-block wide, so we need a saddle. Where on earth do we place it? I guess we would want it, you know, so you can see yourself out of the cockpit, right? Aura right now! We do kind of get launched, so maybe put it back a block. And yeah, this is what I mean. Scrap mechanic shoots you up, so that's why we've got this hole here. Maybe we just literally put it back another block. That is less aggressive. Still aggressive, but that's better. That's better. Can I make it look nice? Yeah, okay. I'm fine with that. How does it look? Yeah, okay, I'm fine with this. Let's have the saddle connected up to this. So if I turn right, nope. Left. I think that's correct, yeah? So if I'm turning right, it will turn that way. If I'm turning left, it will turn that way. Awesome. I don't know if these move. I think they do, but I think, do they, like, the whole of it move? I might just make them not move. No? I think they're for roll. Maybe. I think I might just leave them. They're too complex for me. And then if I figure it out, if you guys let me know in the comments, then if we do build this in survival one day, then I'll add that later. Not bad. This is a beast, you know? This is a beast. I'll be taking this to the warehouse for sure. I think that's the basic shape done. We kind of just need this to work now, right? So if you don't know how you make things fly, by using thrusters. You can see they're very bulky, and in survival you also need like a gas canister, which is massive and extremely heavy. So this baby is going to be needing to go in the front. Yes. So how much weight do I need to add to this? Why is this? What? How much? I need to make this whole thing out of metal. What? It might need to receive the helicopter treatment where I literally make the entire nose out of brick. But anyway, we need a pair of these, and if we just block them off to make it look a bit nicer, we get the saddle back in. I think it was like... Yep, it was like that. So now that we've got fuel canisters in for the thrusters, how do we want to do this? I think thrusters on the wings would look bad. It might have to be done, but I'm gonna see how it looks if we do something like this. All the thrusters up here in the front. So if we have them all the way in the back here, it would push this and it'll be like, it'll flip us back, you know what I mean? And if we have them here, I think it would push us down. If we have it in the center of gravities, I think that's better. Let's try it with 4 level 5 thrusters, alright? So for forward, this is for forwards. This is going to be very different to a helicopter, because for a helicopter, you just tilt forward, right? And that's how you went forward. But this, I think I actually want to move. No. Do I have them to a button or to a saddle? That's the question. Real quick though. Oh, our back is making too much friction. I can't turn. Oh, no, Cliff. Fly. Oh, well, I guess we're... Why did it bounce that much? Okay, well, we need brakes pronto. That was a design flaw right there. Maybe, hold up. We seem to be going quite fast with 4. My theory is maybe we just need 2. Because, like, we don't need this to be high speed, right? So if these are our reverse thrusters at the bottom, that would mean that we don't need as many thrusters. So let's see how this works. If we put just a button on these ones, let's just put 3 buttons there for why not? 1, 2, 3. 3 would control. So if we... Yeah, that works perfectly. 1 will push us forwards and 2 will push us backwards. So now we need a way to turn, and I think our helicopter had just the thing. What did it have? It had these suspension glitches. If you see, let's actually take a real quick flight in our helicopter. You can see that it is really stable, and that is because of those suspension glitches. And you can see if I press 1, it sort of pushes it into the wall. The other one pushes that onto the other wall, and it means we can just roll like this. And oh! What? Oh! I don't know what I've done. Oh, you can see it working in the back there. Yeah, this is how we will turn in the air. Oh, the lag. Oh, the frames. Yo, I'm literally a master builder right now. I've leveled up. Okay, this has taken forever to figure out, but check this out. If I press A or D to steer, we steer. Look at that, pretty cool. Same with the tail at the back, that spins. If I press 3 and 4, a roll. Always handy to have. And then this is the things that are like a bit tricky. They aren't really responsive on the ground. But you can see if I hold 5, it will tilt us forward and 6 tilts us back. But in theory, we've got a working, you know, yaw, roll and pitch system. All we need now is something to keep us up, which I think we just have some thrusters which are literally pointed up like that. But is there any space? There is some space up in here, but there won't be any space to do anything. That's not a bad placement for them. Let's get some speed. I also made it so that the engine at the front spins. Okay, we're not a bad airstrip right here. Just don't want to hit any bumps. Okay, we're getting quite the speed. Let's hit 7. Yes! Okay, 6. Yeah, to keep that, I should probably go into strict follow. Never mind! Oh, no! Oh, the lag! That was somewhat successful, but I wouldn't call that... Why is it lagging so bad? Okay, we're in a new world, so let's load our plane, and I guess it has something to do with the world. Okay, we're in a flat world this time, so this should be easier just to test this thing out. What are we betting on? We betting on this is going to succeed? 3, 2, 1, lift off. Yeah, good signs. We are pitching forward, so can I pitch back? Pitch back with 6. Yes! Yes! Nope. No. Maybe we let go of the thrust. No. And we are crashing. Okay, I don't know how long it's been, but I've got all the details in. I've got the plane actually flying. I haven't tested it yet with all the details, though, so it might not. Do you want to see? Here it is. Here is the final product. First of all, before we fly it, let me take you through the details. Whenever I detail something, I really don't try and just spam blocks everywhere. But first of all, what's this plane for? What's, like, the use of this plane? I thought, it's more like a transport plane, right? And I really wanted it in this sort of, like, scrappy, well, like a scrap mechanic survival, really a apocalyptic vibe. And so, because it's like a transport plane, right, I thought, well, you need some communications on the side. So we've got some radios, we've got some, like, valves on here. I'm using this microwave to be, like, another form of telecommunication. So we've got a load of storage, which I think looks really nice. It really adds to the whole, like, shape of the plane. It's just a bunch of boxes and crates painted a whole different bunch of colors. We've got some huge spotlights. Let me turn them on, and I was thinking, well, maybe at nighttime, like one of your friends have lost or something, you gotta go find them, and it's really dark at nighttime, so we've got massive spotlights. We've got these piping. Maybe it's just like, I don't know, feeding fuel throughout the entire plane. So we've got some valve gear on the side. So I really tried to put, oh, I missed some paint. I really tried to put a load of thought into, that's the wrong color, into what all the details were. And that's a tip that I'd give you for if you're trying to detail your builds. But anyway, the entire plane is finally finished. All that is left to do is, I haven't tested this with all of the details on, so who knows if this is gonna work. But all that we've got left to do is fly this thing. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay. I did also add some thrusters higher up. We've just got 4 thrusters pushing us forward, as you can see. All right. This is, I think, our max speed. So let's hit 1 to go up. Yes. I think 3 will tilt us backwards. Yes. Come on. Oh, man. This is actually... Oh, geez. This feels like I'm actually flying a real plane with this weight. Okay. Keep on spamming that. How do we roll? I need to tilt that way. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. That's fine. Oh, no, I think it's broken. Sometimes a suspension glitch will just stay glitched, which will just make that what you just saw happen. I think that's maybe just a creative thing. I haven't witnessed that in survival. I really like the crates on the top. I think that adds so much to the story of this plane, and just it's happened again. So we've built a helicopter, we've built a plane. What's next? Let me know, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Huge shout out to all of my members on screen right now. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If I haven't said already, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I plan on making so much more scrap mechanic content. Thank you guys so much for the support recently. See you guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.